And one of the proudest things I did as president was cut child poverty in half in America. But now we have a president who's deliberately making hunger worse for Americans. Today, in the United States of America, 1 in 5 children go to bed hungry every night. No, it's more than boo. It is a disgrace. It's immoral. It's wrong. Simply wrong. By the way, did anyone see a Halloween party Trump threw for himself and his friends? No, down in Mar-a-Lago. I thought it was an example of who he is. The theme of the Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago on Halloween was The Great Gatsby. On Friday, everyone dressed up like the rich folks they are from the Warren 20s, though. And on Saturday, he cut assistance to 40 million food assistance to 40 million Americans. The next day, he holds his party for the world to see, make a fool of himself. And he cuts food assistance. You can't make this stuff up. Folks, when I left the president, I knew Trump was going to take a wrecking ball of the country. But I had no idea, I have to admit, I didn't know it was going to be an actual wrecking ball. Anyone see what he's done to the east wing of the People's House, the White House? It's a perfect symbol of his presidency. Trump is taking a wrecking ball not only to the People's House, but to the Constitution, to the rule of law, to our very democracy. And yet while doing this, Trump at the same time can provide, recently, on his own account, $40 billion line of credit to Argentina without even the government voting for it? Who in the hell does he think he is? No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding about this. You may remember when I was running the first time around, I talked about I was worried about the protection of democracy. I thought it was literally at risk. But I cannot find the money that he's blown away to feed all those kids. The family farms in Nebraska. Many of them are going bankrupt because Donald Trump starts this ridiculous trade war, which I hope the Supreme Court will finally step up and have some backbone and say he had no right to do it. The Republicans refuse to say there's any problem at all. There's a lot of good folks. I know these folks. I hate to admit it. I was a United States Senator for 36 years. Longer than most of you are alive. But now, look, he now says we are, quote, in a golden age. Not only gold is stuff he's hanging on the mantle of what isn't it? Oh. But this, all kidding aside, does anyone feel like this is a golden age? No. But it is a golden age for the Trump family. Can you imagine? Has anyone noticed how much the Trump family has made while he's been president, put in their pocket? Reported $1.8 billion. Can you imagine if any other president in American history did that? Can you imagine what would happen? Because of the government shutdown, millions of families could soon be paying double what they pay for the basic health care they received under my administration. Here in Nebraska, if Trump gets his way, it's estimated that a 60-year-old couple could see their health care premium increase from $22,000 to by over $22,000 a year. That's not hyperbole. It's coming, folks. This is real. I know we say it. People go, that can't be true. Think about that. Additional $22,000 a year to get basic health insurance. By the way, do you know how many government shutdowns we had when I was president? 0, zilch, none. During my term, we expanded health care, increased Obamacare. We made cancer research a priority. And now Trump is cutting government funding for cancer research. Folks, I know what cancer research means. Cancer hits every family, hit my family hard, just as so many of yours. With the love of my life, my oldest son, the Attorney General of the state of Delaware, who should have been the president, not me, volunteered to go to Iraq for a year. He didn't have to. Came back with stage 4 glioblastoma because he lived near a burn pit, just like those guys did in 9/11. And he died. I remember him calling me aside. I shouldn't probably say this. When he died, I lost part of my soul, and he asked to meet with me in his room, the hospital room. And he said, Dad, look at me. We have this screwy thing we Bidens. We say, we want to make sure we really mean. He said, give me your word as a Biden. He said, Dad, look at me. Look at me. I know what you're going to do, Dad. When I go, you're going to quit. You're not going to want to be engaged. But look at me, Dad. Promise me. Give me your word as a Biden. You'll stay involved. Give me your word. And I did. But guess what? There are those moments like you've had, so many of you. How many in here have lost anybody to cancer? You know. Folks, but when you get that research, the research they're doing, when they diagnose it, in my case, I just have prostate cancer. And when they finish this round of treatment, you get to ring that bell at the end of its year of treatment. Well, I thank God for the doctors and the nurses and the incredible breakthroughs we're making in cancer research. Now Trump and his Republican friends are cutting government funding for health care and making it more expensive for virtually everyone. And because of Republican budget cuts, more than 300 rural hospitals in America, including 2 right here in Nebraska, are going to shut down. They're on the chopping block. What alternative do those people have? Not like there's another one 2 miles away. Folks, I've never said this my whole career, but I think it's immoral. It's un-American. It's flat out wrong. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why in God's name are they doing this? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. So they can give away an additional $4 trillion in tax breaks to the benefit of the wealthiest people in America. That's $4 billion over 10 years on top of the tax break they gave the first term that put us in a hole. That's right. Not only are kids going hungry, and rural hospitals are closing, the cost of health care is skyrocketing. All because Trump wants to give people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, which I have another way of calling him, a tax cut. We have a word back in Scranton where I was born and where I spent my summers with my grandpa and grandpa. We call us a bunch of malarkey. You see, folks, here's what I understood that Donald Trump never does understand and will. And I've said this before. I mean this sincerely. It's not just a slogan. Wall Street, they're not bad guys, but they didn't build America. The middle class built America. And unions built the middle class. That's a fact. That's a fact.